Basement, level vibes with another one, straight up, blackness aye. Who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, I do it for the love, him not do it for no money. Straight up, him attack, educating everybody. Big up my friends and big up my family. Turn on the radio, catch the vibes, it's integrity. Straight up, Benskop stands for unity. One people, one nation, one destiny. Free up the truth in the air, even the blind can see.
I can't take it no more. I can't take it no more. Can't take it no more. Imagine 18 hours of blackout and you're telling people progress. Cost of living gone up 100%, yet you give public servant less. Mr. President, listen to the people. Search your soul and you will confess. I want you try surviving on the public base, then you're gonna know but stress. Cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup, look how evil set up. The people fed up. They don't drive no fair with the citizen. They may want the people speak out. Freedom of speech done gone inside the gutter. Knock off when you open your mouth. Discrimination in entertainment. And you're talking about one Guyana. When the Ministry of Culture keep the big shows. One set of girls and banner. Cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup. Look how evil set up. The people fed up. Every picture you take and promise you make, everything you do is about clouds. Then you come into me for I shake your hand, there's nothing to smile about. Corruption inside every sector, but when it comes to them they send you. Try investigate efficiency, right? Go talk to Barretons too, cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup, look how evil set up. The people fed up. I done fed up on the dirty water, low pressure, want scream and tell somebody. Imagine 1500 US and they're telling me super salary. I done fed up on the unemployment racism and the lie they say one Guyana. Cause when you look with the oil money going, circulate with one set of banner. Cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup, look how evil set up. The people fed up.
Go. Check it. 2 more things. See that? Look, she's running with the food. She's running with it. She's running, yeah. Yeah, good. Sandrine, you should never do that, you know. Why you say that?
Because I got it right, Lala. Because listen, the whole thing is that, right?
You're my video, right?
No, yeah, I know. The president is welcoming to anybody, right?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm with the press, and I have been doing this for every government of Guyana. I work. When Granger was here, I walked down Church Avenue with him. I supported, what he was doing. I wrote about him. I featured him. And I'm doing the same thing for this government. Well, why would people be hating on me? I'm just kidding.
I don't think.
Yeah, my name is Jacinty Caldata Francis Vietnam, and since 1965 I become a voter, and I always place my ex next to the cop, and what they are doing today, I can't take it. So I have no more vote to give to PPP anymore. I'm not going to vote anymore no more. If they have to lose by 1 vote, they're losing it by
Jesus Christ, if cost of living double, I don't know what happened. A pound of sugar is $300 already. Flour, everything gone up. Everything just raising. You gotta get about $40,000 for buy good ration. You gotta get 3 man now. A weekend man, a monthly man, and a fortnight man.
There and fabricate that. Unless you say who the person is, I can't comment on anonymous people.
Okay, well, let's talk about specific individuals. What is your relationship with Mr. Sujurong?
Sue. Oh, Sue.
I can't take it no more. I can't take it no more. Can't take it no more. Imagine 18 hours of blackout and you're telling people progress. Cost of living gone up 100%. Get your give public servant less. Mr. President, listen to the people. Search your soul and you will confess. I want you try surviving on the public base. Then you're gonna know but stress. Cause I done fed up. You done fed up. He done fed up. She done fed up. We done fed up. The people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup. Look how evil set up. The people fed up. They don't drive no fear with the citizen. They may want the people speak out. Freedom of speech done gone inside the gutter. Knock off when you open your mouth. Discrimination in entertainment. And you're talking about one Guyana. When the Ministry of Culture keep the big shows. One set of girls and banner. Cause I done fed up. You done fed up. He done fed up. She done fed up. We done fed up. The people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup. Look how evil set up. The people fed up. Every picture you take and promise you make, everything you do is about clouds. Then you come into me for I shake your hand with nothing to smile about.
One day me been a bamboo dam and me see Tyra lay down there and me ask see Tyra what she do there. See Tyra ice up she many good
There and fabricate that. Unless you say who the person is, I can't comment on anonymous people.
Okay, well, let's talk about specific individuals. What is your relationship with Mr. Sue Jurong?
Sue. Oh, Sue. My relationship? Nothing. He's a tenant in my place, yeah.
And he's a good friend of yours?
Yeah.
So he's a tenant. Whatever happened to that tenant, Sue? And the other thing that Jack Day should be talking about, the over $10,000 for a rental of a property belonging to Jack Day. Where was that money deposited? Was it deposited in a bank account in Guyana? Was it done through a bank in China? Jack Day should be answering those questions, whether it was deposited in a bank in Guyana or in China. And the other thing is, the billions of dollars. Somebody whispered to me that Jack Day, according to information, mind you, has billions upon billions of US dollars, that is, in a bank account in China. Why do you think the Chinese own Barra Jack Day? I repeat, the Chinese own Barra Jack Day. Even some people may say Exxon owns the PPP right now. And because of that, the PPP cannot say anything about ExxonMobil. Absolutely nothing. That is why you have the president of ExxonMobil saying, look, here, wait a minute. You dare not talk about renegotiating the 2016 PSA. You dare not. How dare you? That's what Exxon is saying. And Jack Day is quiet. Irfan is quiet. The Chinese are opening supermarkets all over the country at the expense of Guyanese people because the Chinese they're being given duty-free concessions on every single thing across the board. So they can afford to bring stuff into Guyana and sell for $1. So when you, the regular Guyanese folks, are selling for maybe $500, the Chinese can sell it for $1, compliments of their stooge, Barra Jack Day. Barra Jack Day is a stooge to the Chinese, and he cannot do anything, absolutely nothing about that. Absolutely nothing about that. In which other country? And I want you guys to kindly listen. Which other country Exxon could go into, or any foreign company, and dare that government to do anything? I dare you. Try it, and you'll see what will happen. That is what Exxon is doing to Guyana. And the politicians are afraid to sneeze. When Exxon says something, all of them are afraid to sneeze. They're afraid to sneeze. Why is that so? Why? For Guyana's oil? Look who's getting billions upon billions of dollars. And the Guyanese people are getting crumbs, little contribute, little pieces, crumbs. And so we have reached to the point now where you sprinkle some crumbs and everybody is scrambling for a piece. But the corrupt PPP regime is getting a big chunk of that crumbs of the oil revenue, a big chunk. And the little crumbs, they're sprinkling it here and there. And they're telling you, the people, who thought the billions of dollars belong to, they're saying to you, the people, no, you're not worth anything. All you're worth is, so you get a big piece of the pie like this, right? A big piece of the pie. This is the pie. It's probably bigger than this. And let me show you guys what's happening in Guyana, right? This is the pie. This is what Exxon is taking away. This is what you guys in Guyana get. This is it. And out of this here, this is what the corrupt PPP regime takes away from you. This is what they take away from you. This is what they put in their pockets. This is what they put in their friends' pockets, their concubines' pockets, and all manner of things. And then when they're gone, this is what this is what you guys are left with. This is what, and I repeat, this is what you guys are left with. And so Jogdeo and Irfan Ali, Muhammad Irfan Ali, they rush to Parliament, pretend as though they're giving fancy speeches, and pretend as though they're giving you something meaningful. And therefore you must clasp your hands and bow to them and say, thank you, Massa. But this is what they're giving you. This is what they're telling you that you are worth. Now, let me repeat it again for those of you who just joined. I can't be wasting all of my paper towels. Can't be doing that. But this is the oil revenue in Guyana. This is what Exxon is taking away. And let me repeat it while you share the link, guys. Thank you so much. This is what Exxon is taking away. It's gone out of the country. This is what's, oh, this is a bigger piece than the last, right? This is what's left for you guys. And are you getting your fair share? No. You're not getting your fair share. The reason why you're not getting your fair share is because you have a corrupt government headed by Irfan Ali and Bharat Jogdeo. That is what's happening in the country. So now this is what's left of the oil revenue. And out of this, I forgot, you got to give back Exxon this. You got to give back Exxon this. Expenses and all manner of things. So you got to give them back that, right? And this is what you're left with. And when you're left with this now, this is what Jogdeo and Irfan Ali, Muhammad Irfan Ali, this is what they do. They rob you. They take this away and they give it to their friends, their cronies, to themselves, and it's wasted. And so this is what you are left with. This is what you are left with. And 750,000 of you guys got to be fighting for this. And so they go into Parliament, corrupt Jogdeo, corrupt Irfan Ali, they go into Parliament and they tell you that, guess what? We love you. We're going to be giving you $200,000. And they expect everybody to jump off the latrine pit, jump out of the toilet, wherever they are, jump off of the kitchen from drinking that brown water, whatever. And this is what the propaganda, this is what they do in the PPP. They're the biggest gangsters, con artists in the world, the PPP. So this now they got 750,000 Guyanese fighting for, when 10% of them already done ripped the country off. Jogdeo, Irfan, their family, their friends, and like I've said also, their concubines. This sweet woman, sweet man, sweet, whatever it is. Sorry, I didn't realize that I would have been saying that. But that is what, so they left this for you guys now. And out of this, they want to share it. They want to distribute it to 750,000 people. But guess where the corruption continues? Corruption upon corruption upon corruption upon corruption. So out of this here now, you split it in half. Because when you think they are distributing this whole to you, they're not. It's a matter of corruption again, because the distribution process is another corruption. Boom. So it's gone. So when you think you're getting this, that half, you're getting this. This is what you're getting. And by the time it gets to you is another corruption. So it's crumbs. You guys are getting crumbs. Are you hearing me? So do not be fooled by Jogdeo, Muhammad Irfan Ali. Do not be fooled by these convicts, these gangsters. They don't mean anything well for you. Now, they know that they're on the verge of losing the election. Story done. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's not beat around the bush. Lemon, clear up this thing here for me. Put Lemon to work. He's back from Guyana. Thank you, Lemon. Now, look, they walked in Parliament today, right? They walked in Parliament today, and they lied, and they lied, and they lied, and they lied, and they lied. Look at her. Look at him. Look at her ear fun. Air, full of hot air. So this is what they're saying now. Each household to get 200,000. That is what this installed president is saying. 200,000. In other words, you just get one shot at it. That's it. They are now suddenly, after 4 years, they're saying to you that they're going to give you $200,000 per household. They're not telling you what the process is going to be like. But again, I've said to you, it's corruption again. Because in the regions, they are going to give it to their friends and their cronies. They are going to give it to their friends and their cronies. And this is what they're going to say, distribute it in Region 10. So in Region 10, you will find some crapos out there. Crapos, who the cap fit wear it in Region 10. And they're going to give it to those crapos on the ground, the PPP crapos on the ground in Region 10. To count the household, and they're going to count their house. They're going to count their houses. They're going to count their grandmother houses, and if the great grandfather died, they're still going to count it. And the corruption continues. It continues. So this here, my friends, it means nothing. Some of you might jump up. Oh yeah, it's 200. You know, Guyanese like talk, right? Guyanese gets a weird accent, you know. I'm serious, right? Oh, God. Have you heard any other Caribbean people or people close to the Caribbean talk like Guyanese? Yes. Right? And so some of them going to clap. Oh, they think that this is good. Well, yeah, $200,000. Who wouldn't want $200,000 right now in their hands? And I really do mean that, right? Right now in their hands, right now. But that's not the intention of this corrupt PPP regime. Their intention is more corruption. Because from the $200,000, they're going to steal from you. They're going to thief it from you. They're going to find a way to get it back from you. They're choke and robbers. PPP are a bunch of choke and robbers at Freedom House and at Office of the President. Okay, so let's talk about this $200,000. Irfan Ali is saying to you, the Guyanese people, that all you are worth is $200,000. And they're pretending as though it's a favor they're giving you. The billions of dollars from oil revenue, guess what? It belongs to you. But they are going to dictate how you're going to get it. But because they're losing the elections, here what is Katahar, here what is Korhis, here what is Tede Kabur, Nanika Chororka, Landike, and you guys know the rest, those who know what I really want to say, Anyway, I wouldn't say that on air, but this is who they are. A bunch of wimps, a bunch of vagabonds, a bunch of korhis, them katahars, them chamars, them chatri. That is who these guys are. They do not mean anything good for you, the people. So now, sorry about that, getting carried away. $200,000. How much is $200,000? Somebody do the math quickly. Somebody do the math. 200,000 Guyana dollars. How much is that, man? Where are you bright people, you maths people and all these sort of things? Make the maths up. 200,000 Guyana dollars is equivalent to how much US? Is it 1,700 US dollars? Is it 1,700 US dollars? Marcy, oh, 1,000 US dollars. Now let's do the math, man. Oh, all of y'all are bright people. So with the exchange rate now is probably 900 and something. Augustus Dumac seemed to get it. Yeah, about so Denise October saying all sorts of things. Yeah, but it's not $1,000. Those who said $1,000 got at the back of the class. Rastaman, Wesley Ward, who else saying 1,000 there? Whoever else, Francine, Marcia, get at the back of the class, all of you guys. It's about 900 and something dollars, right? 900 and something dollars. 1,000 US will take you over $200,000. Remember, it's 200,000, right? Not over 200,000. So it's about 900 and something dollars. All right. So, hey, guess what? Just under 1,000 US dollars. Y'all think that this is a favor these Corey's doing for y'all? Y'all really think this is a favor? Now, it might sound good for people because there are lots of families out there. Don't get me wrong. They need the help. But here is a corrupt government that didn't do anything for the people. Let's forget about the 23 years that they raped the country. They destroyed the country. Let's talk about the 4 years. What exactly have they done over the past 4 years for you, the ordinary people? What exactly? Can anybody say anything other than making your life miserable? Unemployment on the increase, check out the water condition, electricity failure every single day. Electricity, as they say in Guyana. Look at the quality of water. They don't take your hard-earned revenues from oil to put it back into the system. The only thing they do, they put it into their system, their digestive system, and then when they put it into their digestive system, guess what they do? They want you guys to hold on to the wrong end of the stick. So now back to what they did today. It's a scampish move on the part of the PPP. So scampish that it will make this guy Brutus look like an angel. Oops. Speaking of Brutus, if you're getting married this weekend, I just want to wish you guys a happy marriage. You wouldn't be getting any gifts from me. So count yourself unlucky. You wouldn't be getting $46 million, but we'll get back to that. Now, the scampish PPP regime. The scampish PPP regime take your hard-earned money that belong to you, right? Billions of dollars out of the oil revenue and other revenues, and they take it and they stuff it. They stuff it in their system. Nothing for you. So the crumbs now that they're talking about giving you is really nothing. During the COVID pandemic in the United States of America, how much money y'all receive? Those who received money. How much money did you guys receive for COVID? What is it? COVID money, COVID grant. How much money y'all receive for COVID? During COVID time, y'all receive a check, right? Notice I'm saying y'all, right? How much was that check? How much was that check? Compared to a country that is supposed that they're saying is the fastest growing, probably meant economy, fastest growing economy in the world, is giving its citizens about 960 something US dollars. 960 something US dollars at one time, according to Irfan Ali. In other words, what he's saying, I ain't come back here for more. I ain't get more forget. Minagi, I own nothing more. Y'all don't deserve anything else. That is what they're doing. And they expect people to buy in to this foolish propaganda. Now let's move on for a second. Now all of a sudden, they love this idea of a cash grant. They shut down the idea. They said it was ridiculous. Because after all, if you're getting billions of dollars of oil revenue, guess what? Yeah, thank you so much, Jamal Aziz, and the pink slip. Hundreds of persons didn't get the pink slip. They got the pink slip, but they never got the money. So since those who are waiting for the pink slip to get their monies, guess what's going to happen with this $200,000 for every household, right? It's corruption again because they can bypass certain people's house. They might bypass Jamil Aziz's house. They might bypass certain people's houses. All these things they are going to do. It's a recipe for corruption. It's disaster. And y'all watch what's going to happen. They're going to get police officers escorting people with loads of cash. And those people escorting them with the cash and all these things, guess what? They're going to thieve the money. It's corruption upon corruption. That is what's going on. They are a pack of thieves in government. Thieves upon thieves. But wait a minute. Wasn't it the same vagabonds, these election riggers spoke against the cash grants? Not the cash, the oil grant to each household, right? Oh, they don't like it. It's bad. It's this. It's all manner of things. The proper custom. The custom still costing there. And so when the folks started to get their cash, the oil revenue, billions of dollars, people say, wait. They got to get, Guyanese got to get some of this money. And rightfully so. They were talking about in Dubai and other places, Saudi Arabia, probably. Saudi Arabia, where each household, and even over in other parts of the world, the Middle East, they get cash grants, not once, not 1,000, not 900 US dollars, not that. They get it every single month deposited into their bank account. They don't have Looney Tunes walk around with millions of dollars of cash. Millions of dollars. Look at Gaddafi country, free health care, people get monies every month, free education, every single thing. But these pakus, these gangsters, these thieves, they don't mean well. So don't think that $960 gonna last long. Cost of living high, toilet paper gone up, sugar gone up, oil gone up, blood pressure gone up. Cost of living. You think that's going to last? Within a month, it's done. And even if the money is circulating back into the economy, how long is it going to last? It's only embracing these pakus. Now, they were against it, right? People are saying, yeah, they should get cash grants. But a man stepped up to the plate and did his homework. Dr. Clive Thomas stepped up to the plate, did his homework, and said, hey, wait a minute. I am Dr. Clive Thomas. I'm an economist known around the world, not just in Guyana, but around the world. He did his homework. This guy is no Looney Tune economist. This guy is no just come, now come learning economist. He is a real economist, by the way. I want you to listen to me. This is a real economist, an experienced economist, a respectable economist. When he spoke about the cash grant for family, the oil revenue going to each household, not as a one-time something. The PPP the cost from morning till night. The coalition government didn't agree with the cash grant, but what they did agree was that the money should be used for other purposes that will benefit the family. So there was a slight disagreement as to how the people should get the oil revenue. But this guy, Clive, Dr. Clive Thomas, now everybody is looking at this guy as a hero, right? Temporarily for the PPP, but they're not giving this guy any credit. They're not giving Dr. Thomas any credit at all. In fact, the PPP stole this guy's thunder. But we're not going to allow that to happen. Shame on the PPP regime. They have no vision, none whatsoever. They couldn't come up with any idea, none whatsoever. It was this man. Dr. Clive Thomas, a senior member of the Working People's Alliance. We can't leave out the WPA, look. Let's face reality. The WPA, through Dr. Clive Thomas, ran with this cash oil revenue for families. They ran with it. They run away with it fast, like a relay. And you know what? They kept at it. They didn't give up. So kudos to Dr. Clive Thomas and the WPA. Kudos to them. Every single night, oh gosh, David Hines, every single night, or as often as possible, Dr. David Hines took the baton from Dr. Clive Thomas about the oil revenue given to household and so forth. Yeah, he ran with it. And so kudos to David Hines. Kudos to Dr. David Hines. Yeah, kudos. And then there were others who picked up and were very consistent in their message. Just about a week ago, I think last week, veteran trade unionists spoke about the importance of the oil revenue and the cash towards household members of throughout the country. Citizens should get it. And lo and behold, the PPP, no vision, no nothing, decided that that's what they are going to do. And so Nigel Hughes and the AFC jumped on their veranda and start to take all the praise. Oh, it was the AFC. The AFC made it happen. Wrong bang, Nigel. You don't play the politics like that. Wrong bang. The AFC is not the reason for this to happen today. Stop taking credit for things that the AFC couldn't get done. Stop it, Nigel. It's not the right politics. Do not do it. Do not do it. And so you guys have lost a lot of points today for stealing people's thunder. The AFC has to come up with its own thunder. Oh, man. The ink ain't even dry yet, and the AFC done issue a statement taking praise for something that they have absolutely nothing to do with. Nothing. They may have echoed it belatedly, but oh, man. When you're going to take credit for something that don't belong to y'all, makes me wonder whether better will come. Sorry, I had to give that mischievous laugh. But Nigel, they shouldn't have done that. Give credit where credit is due. Dr. Clive Thomas is the main guy in all of this. And tonight, we take this time out to salute Dr. Clive Thomas and say thank you. But we need more than two. The people need more than 200,000. It's just crumbs. Just crumbs. That is what it is. All right. What else it is that we can talk about? What else you guys want us to talk about? I'm checking some of your comments there. Somebody said Dennis Atwell will come for me. Dennis, he said, Dennis, I sure Dennis running home to see they come in with a 200,000. You know, they might pass Dennis' house. They might pass Dennis' house, right? But again, I say to you, guys, guess what? It's a recipe for corruption. They already rigged the book. They already know where the money is going and where the money isn't going. Look out for the bunch of people who are going to be complaining that they may get no money. Just look out for the bunch of people. They will complain. What is it? About 250 something household? Is that the calculation? I don't know. Let's move on, guys. Let's move on, right? But this is a fraud, a big fraud. Speaking of fraud, air fraud, right? Air fraud. Speaking of fraud, let's take a look at this here. And for those of you who don't know, under the PNC government, I repeat, under the PNC government, education was free. Unfortunately, Irfan didn't pay much attention to it. But education was free. Education was free. Education was free. From nursery to university. Do you guys know when they stopped free tuition at the university level? Do you guys know when they stopped that? Do you guys know who stopped it? After benefiting for all those years of free education from nursery to university, Jagdev benefited from it. All them Pakus in the PPP benefited from it. Free education, it's in the Constitution of Guyana. When the PPP took office in 1992, compliments of Jimmy Carter, President Jimmy Carter. About a year and a half after, guess what the PPP did to the people of Guyana? Guess what? They removed free education, free tuition at the university. They removed it, and people had to start paying tuition at the University of Guyana. Compliments of the corrupt PPP regime. For 23 plus years, they have deprived young Guyanese. Just imagine if tuition was still free and the PPP didn't snatch it away from the people of Guyana, snatched it away and deprived young people or people in general an opportunity to attend the University of Guyana. So this whole thing, and this is where the opposition, they got to go out and speak the truth, including the AFC. And the AFC has to stop straying from the truth. They got to go out there, even if it makes, and Mr. Nigel Hughes and the AFC, even if it makes Bornum looks good, even if it makes the PNC looks good, you guys have to go out there and speak the truth. The AFC is now trying to catch itself, so to speak. And therefore, they've got to give credit where credit is due. They got to give credit. Stop stealing people's ideas and people's thunder. Stop it, AFC. Stop it. Always stop it. And so back to this free education at UG. It is not a PPP idea. It's not a PPP's idea. What they should do is to say the headline should be free education at UG will be reinstated. Reinstated. And so I hope the People's National Congress reform will go out there and inform, not just at a one-time press conference. They should give young people the history of free education from nursery to university. So again, free education is not a new thing under the PPP. The PPP robbed the Guyanese people, young Guyanese people, for 27 years, almost 3 decades. They took free tuition at the university level. They robbed Guyanese people. So now they suddenly they're saying now, as of January, guess what? Free education. Oh, they just got up. Irfan Ali just got up, got out of wherever he's sitting, lying down on, or whatever, jump up. Free education. Free education. Right? Free education. They're not going to tell you now, what about the students who still, is it going to be retroactive? So that all the debts of those students who owe will be wiped off? Forgiven at UG? Is that what they're going to do? If they're serious about reintroducing, because remember, this is not their idea. This is not their idea. Hey guys, take it easy, please. All right? I'm urging you guys to please, I'm reading some of your comments. Please take it easy with Dennis Atwell. Take it easy. Dennis Atwell's party is messing up. The AFC is messing up. Dennis Atwell may have fainted. If y'all know where he lives, please take a bottle of Limacol for Dennis Atwell and some other AFC folks. Take a bottle of Limacol for Dennis Atwell. Please take a bottle of Limacol for Dennis Atwell. He fainted because they have done it wrong. The AFC should not. I know it's politics. Yes, but you've got to be, you want to be different than these corrupt, these bandits in office? Well, you've got to do better than that, man. You've got to do better than that, Nigel. You've got to do better than that. Now, if, as I was saying, if Irfan Ali, they're serious, if they're serious about education, then, and the tuition will be free as of January, why not clear everything off for all of the students who are still struggling? 300 of them graduated the other day, and they can't find a job because there's nothing to do under the corrupt PPP regime. Nothing to do. Absolutely nothing to do. So they got to talk a little more, and they got to come better with this free education at the university level, because they robbed the Guyanese people for almost 3 decades when they introduced tuition at the university level. The PPP did that. The PPP did just that. Again, somebody call up Dennis Atwell. He probably can't make it tonight. He can't make it. Seriously, Dennis Atwell can't make it tonight.
I can't take it no more. I can't take it no more. Can't take it no more. Imagine 18 now.
Can't take it no more. He gone. Beat out. But, seriously, the AFC should not have done that, man. I'm disappointed in them. They should give credit where credit is due with the oil revenue for citizens. They mess up big time. They messed up. They should issue an apology and come outright and let the people know that it's an idea that's not their idea. They're just piggybacking on ideas. Notice like the AFC getting like the PPP now, or piggybacking on ideas. And so back to this this free tuition stuff. Again, it's nothing new. I repeat, it is absolutely nothing new. So again, I'm demonstrating to you guys, that the PPP is bankrupt when it comes to IDs. They have no IDs, none whatsoever. I'm wondering, I am on my show and somebody's sending me a link to another show. So what's going on with some people, man? What's going on with some people? Now let me show you guys, let me take you guys and show you all how some people bumps and how they are. They're no different. Now Dennis Atwell is coming. The only thing he could come back with is, Mark, is you who used to cuss out Desmond White on 65. So what does that have to do with anything? You see the mindset of these people? And these are the people who are saying better must come. And these are the same people who are talking about a different kind of politics. So you see, Dennis Atwell bombs Ray's. He bombs Ray's so much that he got and talk that Benjamin used to cuss out Desmond Hoyt. Oh, so many people used to cuss out so many people. You, Dennis Atwell, used to cuss out the AFC before you go back with the AFC. You see? Now look at him now. PPP bring Mark from USA for cuss out PNC. Look at what's going on now. And these are the same people who are talking about a different brand of politics. And now you hear PPP brought me back from USA for cuss out, right? Their bombs raised. If this is how they're reacting to some constructive criticism, right? These things wouldn't move me. So y'all tell Dennis Atwell because he bumps Ray's. He can't take it no more. Pressure too much. So all sorts of things he coming up with. PPP bring back Ben Sharp from the USA for cuss out the PNC. If you hear he. But the PPP didn't have to bring Hamilton Green for no if it cuss out the PNC. The PPP didn't have to bring Hamilton Green to walk away from the AFC farm your own party and all kind of thing. And it is the same PPP that Burnham was part of the. You see, these guys don't know the history. Look, Dennis, he bumps Reyes, guys. I'll give you sprinkle some lime McCall right? Sprinkle some lime McCall for me on him. He bumps Reyes. These are the same people telling you that they want to be different than the PPP. And look at their temperament. Look at him. He cussing me out now. It's very cuss because he's coming over like a loose cannon. But today happens to be mental health issue there. So I'm not going to get involved in that. But I know Dennis, he's a good guy. He means well. Don't get me wrong. He means well, but his bumps raised tonight. Everything he tell him in tonight, by who else he might cuss me about? Look. Yes, you used to be on 65 and cussing out PNC and breakdown. What's the relevance of all of this now, Dennis? We're talking about the dishonesty of the AFC. This is what we are talking about. And this is the same Dennis when he was on breakdown. When he was on breakdown, right, over at a particular man house, living at a man house, we ain't gonna expose Dennis. We ain't gonna say nothing about the brother. I love Dennis, right? Desiree Simmons, there's nothing to explain. I'm not a member of these parties, so I cuss out if I cuss out. So what? Everybody cuss out. Me cuss them out. People cuss out. Everybody cuss out. So wait, I can't cuss out. But what's the relevance? What's the relevance of that? Tell me, what's the relevance? What's the relevance? He the cussing out the same coalition, the same Dennis, cussing out the AFC that they been give you a piece of house land. Well, of course, I cuss them for him too, because they should have given the brother a piece of house land. But it looks like tonight he got to get a piece of red, something to put on because he bumps Reyes. But he means well, though. And I could understand his frustration. You know, I'm not picking on the brother, but the brother obviously is bumps Reyes. And this is the temperament. These are the people who want change. These are the people who tell you better must come. Well, you know, tonight, since he bumps Reyes, we're going to make he bumps Reyes a little more. He gets the award. The award goes to Dennis Atwell. Getting it again. Getting it again. Get it? These guys are ridiculous. But seriously, though, the the oil revenue to household, that is an idea, and this is how the bumps raise. They can't take criticism. And sometimes I wonder if people can't take criticism. Why do you take them seriously, and to think that they will do better than these pacos who are there? And so the raising of the bumps has to do with giving this guy credit. You got to give Dr. Clive Thomas credit, man. You can't run away with Dr. Clive Thomas' idea and think that it's an AFC idea and the AFC rushed out to claim credit for it. You can't do it. And because I'm speaking of that, the AFC guys, them bumps raise. The AFC guys, them bumps raise. The AFC got to do better, man. Kudos to this guy, Dr. Clive Thomas. And the other guys who carried it, Dr. David Hines, kudos to him. Because, if you tune into Politics 101, Dr. David Hines believed in what his senior of his party said, believed in it, and that people should get a break. So what is wrong with giving David Hines, Dr. Hines, Clive Thomas, Dr. Clive Thomas, what's wrong with giving these guys credit? The AFC doesn't deserve all of this credit. Nigel may have mentioned it in passing, but it's not Nigel's idea. It's not the AFC idea. It's these guys' idea. Lincoln Lewis ran with it, wrote about it, agreed with it, and all these different things. And all because I'm giving these guys their kudos. It's salt water, then it's salt water. The Coras, Dennis Atwell, bumps race, get vexed. Well, get vexed, you can go drink more vex. So, this free education stuff, y'all don't worry, the PPP, big fraud. They're the biggest fraud. And I hope the PNC will go out and remind people where all of this started and who stopped it. Where it started and who stopped it. Story done. Story done. Somebody go and check on Dennis. He must have gone running down, break down, naked skin, straight to the cathedral. So the other thing with these bandits in the PPP, the other thing with them is this. Here how these guys are so comical in the PPP. They're saying, and they said the president pledges 50% cut in electricity cost before end of 2025. How they know that the people will survive because of the high cost of living and punishment in the country until 2025. If these pacos were serious, because what 50% cut, people paying for electricity and they're not even enjoying it. Every month they got to pay for something and they cannot enjoy it. They just cannot enjoy it at all, period. So these pacos in the PPP now bunks up and they pretend as though it's something good they're doing. And they're not saying as of next month, it will be 50% cut in electricity. They're saying, y'all got to wait till next year, 2025. So when they go now and they introduce these things at the end of the year, going into an elections, you know what they're doing? They know that they're coming out of office and they're making these haphazard decisions with no proper planning or anything in place is to make the next government uncomfortable. And there will be a new government, a coalition. There will be a coalition whether the AFC wants to join that coalition or not, there will be a coalition. There will be a coalition. Story done. Now, 50%, if these Pakus, Irfan Ali and them were serious, if they were serious, it would have been done as of next month. By the end of this month, start it right away. But everything by the end of 2025, by the end of 2025, they will fix the toilets. By the end of 2025, 50% cut in electricity by 2025, before the end of everything is before the end of 2025. Here, finally, when you're going to get a couple of sweet ones before the end of 2025. Jack, they ain't going to stop hanging out with them boys before the end of 2025. Jack, there, when we going to hear from Sue before the end of 2025. Jack, there, when you going to stop going around by the cathedral before the end of 2025. That's all they do. So everything for these Pakus is before the end of 2025. Before the end of 2025. A bunch of Pakus, Nimakarams, Katahars, Korhi. What else we can talk about? Take a look at this here. Pensioners. Good night to all of the pensioners. All of the pensioners. Good night to all of the pensioners. All of the pensioners. Good night to all of the pensioners. Now, we don't need to be distracted by Dennis Atwell. Please, we don't need, it's a distraction. And it shows if he is a representation of his party, the AFC, we already see where that is heading, right? Ignore the distraction or he will be history. This is not time. This is a learning process, Dennis Atwell. This is not like the days when you're every minute you're hollering, but Nigel for president, Nigel for president. It's like a stock record. Be constructive. You're behaving as though you went to the bottom house of I-Flat University. You're not behaving anywhere different from Irfan Ali. Oh man, come on. Come on, Dennis. Eat a piece of tennis roll and catch your bed, man. Come on. You can do better. I know the brother. He can do better. He thinks that he's coming after me. Things like throwing water on my back, man. Water. I mean, on my shoulder, not water. Sound like Jack Deere for a second there. But take a look at this. And now another propaganda. Breaking news, right? Breaking news. Guess what's the breaking news? $10 billion injection for NIS to help pensioners. Now, the same PPP that robbed the pensioners, they rob pensioners right now, millions upon millions of dollars. Pension book scam, corruption. Pension book scam, corruption at the Ministry of Social Services. The pensioners are not getting their monies. I know of some pensioners complain that they went to cash some slip they get, and they say no, they can't cash it because of the corruption. That needs to be exposed. Corruption upon corruption. But getting back to this here now. You hear breaking news. $10 billion injection. $10 billion injection. They may be right, injection. NIS to help pensioners. They rob the pensioners. They thief from the pensioners. They almost bankrupt NIS when Jack Day took out hundreds of millions of same pensioners' money to give to his friends and cronies to build the Berbice River Bridge. And now suddenly they want people to go and hug them up and chatty them because they feel that this is a favor they're doing. They're basically giving back NIS the money they stole. Jack Dave is giving back NIS the money they stole to give to their friends and cronies to build the Berbice River Bridge, and where they were just milking and exploiting the people, not only in Berbice, but across the country. You know how much it is, at least to cross that bridge? One truck is over 125, 150 US dollars to cross that Berbice River Bridge. An F-150 cost about 14,000. I know. That is when I blocked the bridge. That is when I blocked the bridge for 4 hours, and then they suddenly found 5 or so charges. Luckily, the magistrate dismissed all of the charges, and the magistrate said that he wanted to do the same thing too, block the bridge. Maybe Dennis Atwell should have gone there and blocked the bridge. But the pussycat that he is, he bat safely and run in a corner like a pussycat. And so that's what they did with the money. Hundreds of millions of dollars they robbed. And you know how NIS survived? Thanks to the coalition. Had it not been for the coalition, NIS would have gone down the drain. Just like the Gaisuco. When the coalition got into office, Gaisuco was 19 or 60 something or something like that, $1 billion in debt. Gaisuco. But the coalition saved Gaisuco. The coalition saved NIS. So many things the coalition saved. The coalition raised the pensioners' monthly stipend. The coalition did all of that. So what the PPP is doing is nothing new. Absolutely nothing new. But because they know that they are on the verge of losing the elections, every single thing they're popping up with now. No new ideas, no new nothing. Every single thing they're popping up with. Every single thing. They have no vision, they have no sense. Right, Dennis? They have no vision, they have no sense also. Right, Dennis? Now, before I go, this guy, a senior member of the Guyana Police Force, senior member, his name is Brutus, Galvin Brutus. Good night to you, Mr. Brutus. How are you doing? Now, look, it's nothing personal with this officer. I've known him for many years, but right is right. If you are a police officer and you can make $46.4 million for a wedding in gifts, that is over 209,000 US dollars. One wedding alone, one night, unless you had Kakan and all these are the different things. But one wedding, do the math. One wedding, 46.4 million Guyana dollars. Civic, you best stop live home, buddy. All y'all best run quick for get married. Run quick. Tell Dennis, forget about you. Nobody want to marry you anyways. But Wayne Caesar, good night to you, my brother. But look at it this way. One wedding. Y'all know what's going through my mind, right? I want to go back to Guyana. One wedding, $46.4 million. That's about 209,000 US dollars. One wedding. And then this wedding was supposedly, when was it? In November. But Mr. Brutus, according to information, didn't deposit the money till around January time. Look what's going on here. Even our sister Rhonda Lane said she's trying to get married right now. If you're trying to get a good guy, don't let Dennis Atwell swar you. Because you're going to end up in serious problem. You probably won't even get tennis roll feet if you marry Dennis. But on a serious note, right? Look, these guys, I don't know. Guyana is a beautiful country, but something is wrong with that country. Something is wrong. Who are the people who give the gifts? Who are these people? Yeah. Anyone of y'all, Gary Greenidge, who else? Miss Booker, you guys, Simone Blackman, Rhonda, Betsy Freeze, Christopher Chichester, all of you guys. Neville, Rajendra, what's going on, brother? Brenda Bailey, we have Brenda Casey, we have Tony Hack, Michelle Joseph, Ann Lewis, all of you guys. Abby D'Souza, Leslyn Hamilton, I can't call all your names, right? Dansford Jeffrey, all of you guys. Miss Simon, Desiree, Thomasina, Ben, all of you guys. Why don't you guys, if you get married today or tomorrow, you think y'all would make $46 million? Oh, Father. Oh, Father. I don't know what's going on in Guyana. Who was it that sang a song, man? Let me see before I go. Because Guyana, I don't know what's happening in that place. Y'all got to pray for that country. Y'all got to no ideas, none of their own. Everything the PPP stealing, every single thing. I don't know. The PNC has a press conference tomorrow. I don't know about the AFC. Dennis Atwell, y'all have a press conference tomorrow? Dennis is the guy that's got to go make sure the table is spread properly and the mics. Dig a hole upon him until he carry the mics. Right? Good night, Dennis. Mark, you're wicked. And so, anyways, let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go. What is it? What is it? What is it that I want to? I want to play something for you guys before I go.
Walmart Plus. It's Walmart plus free delivery. So you can over-deliver. Because when you're saving...
Do you take this man for your lawful husband? Yes, I do. And do you take this lady for your lawful wife? Yes, I do. I'm getting married in the morning. Ding dong, you hear the church bell ring.
Hey guys, I've got to go. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Same place, same time. And if you're getting married, if you guys are married, we wish you all the best. Hope you can get some money too. Yeah, $46 million. Watch out for the propaganda of the PPP guys. Watch out for their propaganda. Let's go. All of you who got married, congratulations. And $46 million deposited. You'll get your gifts. Don't worry. You'll be like Brutus. Have a good night. Love you.
Do you take this man for your lawful husband? Yes, I do. And do you take this lady for your lawful wife? Yes, I do. I'm getting married in the morning. Ding dong, you hear the church bell ring. She have me yellow, baby. Do you take this man for your lawful husband? Yes, I do. And do you take this lady for your lawful wife? Yes, I do. I'm getting married in the morning. Ding dong, you hear the church bell ring. She have me yellow, baby, and I'm gonna mind it. So take me to the church on time. But you me man, say if you think I'm sexy, your little girl reach out and touch me. If you really need me, your little girl reach out and tell me.